And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Uno, two, tres, four.
Whoa, wrong one. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to... Did I hit play on this? Yes, I did. It's always hard to tell sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third installment of Anna Mondays. Hi, Brutal. How are you doing?
All right. Just tired.
Just tired? Yeah, you just got out of work, right? Like 30 minutes ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty exhausted all day. I don't know why. I've been sleepy.
Yeah, I do. I'd be like that too. Where on the weekends I just overslept on a Saturday or Sunday.
Hello, Mr. Monkey. Been a while. How's it happening? How's it hanging? It's been weird. Like I started the series on a Monday with my friend Buddha here for collab streams. We've been enjoying it, but last week my OBS broke, and I couldn't get it fixed. I was actually gonna make a post about this. I just fixed it today, so I should be able to stream again games. So, which is good because I was planning on getting Resident Evil Requiem and streaming that. But like, so I have it now fixed, which really sucks because I had like an entire week that I couldn't stream at all. Well, nothing game related. I had to completely set my entire OBS to defaults and just go in and manually set everything back up. That's how I fixed it. But anyways, so what was I gonna say? Before we get started today, as always, I'd like to welcome everyone in to watching us. Hope you guys are having a fabulous week. You know, it's the start of the Monday, start of the work week. I know all of us can feel a little drained, but I'm glad you guys chose to stop by and check us out and watch us talk about anime. And before we go actually get into everything, Bruno, as always, I put up a question of the day for the anime related subject, and the one I put on today is, I think you're gonna enjoy this one, is who is your number one waifu or husbando?
It depends from if it's from a game or an anime, but I'm pretty sure going for an anime. But
Well, if you want, you can choose something from like
Dude, you literally like put me like it feels like a life or death situation. I'm like, I don't know, dude, there's like too many of them.
I know I put number one, but it doesn't have to be number one. It could just be one of your favorites. Like what's a waifu that you love a lot?
I'd say Hitori Goto and Kitagawa Marin.
Okay. How do you spell that?
It's Bochi. It's literally Bochi.
Oh, Bucci. But which character? Bucci the Rock or like Bucci herself or which character?
Yeah, Bochi herself. Her real name is Hitori.
Ah, yes, here we go. I gotta rewatch this anime soon. It's been a while since I've actually seen it. Yeah, she's a great character. I really do like, but she's just, oh my god, she's so. Let's see. I mean, for the women.
And then the other one that comes to mind is Kitagawa Marin from My Dress Up Darling. I always have a thing for fucking girls, dude. Like seriously.
No, she's great. I love her. I need to finish season 2. I haven't finished season 2 yet. But I've started it. It was pretty good so far. My biggest complaint right now with My Dress Up Darling is it is so specific to the genre it's paying homage to, which is cosplay and everything, that while I do enjoy the aspects that of going into the technical like discussions of like design and everything, I feel like they can also draw away some people. And for me, while I enjoy that, I'm really so attached to the romance angle, and I know for a fact just from the manga, it takes a while to really move along that plot line. But understandably, that's not like the main part of the actual writing, so that's understandable, right? It's first focused on the actual relationship building and the actual cosplay aspect versus the actual romance. So it's a slow build up, so I can enjoy that. But like I don't know, I sometimes get tired about the whole will they won't they things in romance anime sometimes, because a lot of the times most animes typically end before you actually get to see that resolution. And you said it wasn't the main character, right?
What do you mean?
You said which character from My Dress Up?
Kitagawa Marin. Like,
Okay, Marin, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
that's
a
why I
beauty.
literally said, dude.
I like her friend. I don't remember
Like,
her name.
I just love her because she's a girl, dude. I have such a huge thing for girls.
Well, I think everyone. I mean, originally my design was based on the Gyaru because I love Gyarus a lot too. I fucking some of the favorite ones that have come out recently is Hokkaido Gals. There's one that I really like a lot.
I really like fucking Galko-chan a lot.
Galko-chan?
Galko-chan, yeah.
How do you spell that?
Galko.
Galko-chan. Oh, this series. Yeah, I know about this one.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually sat down and watched this one yet.
I have. But that was a long time ago.
Gotcha. For me, if I had to choose... Well, okay, I would actually have a waifu and husbando, but for me... Okay, so I actually had... I'm a tourist because I can't choose. That's fine, sweetie. You don't actually have to have like one you want to choose. It could even be a generic one. You could be like, oh, I love Yoko from Gurren Lagann. You know, it's... I fully understand it. Like I have a lot of friends who are pretty basic bitches too about shit like that. Like for instance, my roommate, we've actually had discussion a lot. If you've ever seen Monster Musume, he loves Sue.
Oh, that one, dude.
Yeah, he loves Sue.
Dude.
And I can get that. I can get behind that.
Dude, I fucking love Sue too, dude.
No, Sue's adorable. Sue is hands down one of the best of the monster girls. I personally like the Kobold that was introduced in the OVA. She's my favorite. I don't know. She has an aura about her that I really enjoy. It's that very like wanting to please aspect that I can like about her. She's only in the OVA, but I love her.
Yeah.
But no, for me, mine's gonna be a little weird. But like, that time I got.
Yeah, I'm only specifically saying like my waifus that are based on anime, no anime based on video games. Like,
let's see, am I spelling his name right? Not Glad. Oh my god. Oh, I'm forgetting his name. It's been a while since I've seen this anime, but I'm trying to remember the actual orc's name from the series. It doesn't start with a G. Oh my god, I'm fucking myself up right now. I've been having trouble like remembering characters' names. This is him right here, but I don't know if it actually shows his name. Just says Hi Orc.
yeah.
Okay, it is Gled. Okay. But yeah, this is him from that time when he was Slime. He is one of my favorite characters in the anime. I know that's not showing a lot of cases. It's literally I was like couldn't remember his name, but he is adorable. I love this character. Katusha, she was the captain of the medic. Yeah, Urahara. Yeah, the original Kenpachi. I get that. I can respect that. If I'm going by Bleach standards, I love Nell. Nell is my favorite from the Bleach. I know why you chose Orc. I know what type of person you are. Stop it! No! He's good. No, look at him. He's good with children. He's like he's really powerfully strong. He's durable. He was like the right hand man of the original Orc Lord. All right. He's such a sweetheart. He's very honor based, cultural based of the entire Orc military. He's awesome. How can you not love this man? Look at him. He's great. Screw you. Don't judge
cool.
my husbando. But for waifu, I would definitely have to choose. Where are we? I'm gonna be a little basic with this. What the fuck? And I've loved this character, even though I don't love the anime she's from. I love her design. You can judge me all you want.
You know, I was never a fan of Fairy Tail to begin with.
I don't like your Fairy Tail, but I love Urza. She's only gotten harder with every passing season. She is gorgeous. What?
Yeah, I can see why.
Shut up. You good man, look up the Ruin Omen from New York 2. Have legs stand on. Okay, I gotta see what you're talking about. New York 2. No. What the fuck? This is what is this an enemy, a boss, or like this is just an MP? Wow.
Is it a video game?
Yeah, it's. Have you never played Nero?
Nero, no.
It's a. I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive, right? I've only ever seen it on the PlayStation. I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive.
No.
It's basically a Souls-like, where basically a guy drifts onto the shore. Essentially, I don't know if it's actually based in Japan, like a feudal Japan, but it's like it's Japan itself during like the Otogawa phase of like.
Was that released on the PS3?
No, I believe it was on the PS4, and then the second game was released on the PS4, and then 5, I believe.
Okay, never mind then.
Let me just double check. Here, released date.
Because the first I had that mind for that one game.
Yeah, 2017.
Like,
So that would have been the PS4.
Yeah, because I thought it was like that one game where that was made infamous during the PS3 launch. No, like the announcement of the PS3, like that line where he says giant enemy crab and attack its weight point for massive damage. I think you probably.
What game is this?
It was like during the PS3 announcement.
But like, what do you have anything else to go off? Like
Genji. Oh, it's Genji. I thought I forgot the name, but I remember.
Oh.
Genji 2.
Like Genji spelled like the character from Overwatch?
I don't know how it's spelled.
Genji Days of Blade?
Yeah, yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
What is this Dynasty Warriors fucking... Oh my god.
Just type in weak point for massive damage. You'll see that.
Weak point for...
Oh, giant enemy crab. Giant enemy crab. That was...
Oh,
giant enemy crab.
Type in giant enemy
Yeah.
crab?
Yeah, because it literally... Yeah. There you go.
Oh, like below its shell?
Like, click on the YouTube video. It's literally become the meme.
Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese.
What was just... What is this? I've become enemy crab. Genji 2, attack it. Okay, here we go.
So next up, a game from Japan, which is being developed by Game Republic, a company which is
so
run
funny.
by the legendary creator.
Stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which took place. There will also be stages.
Oh my god, what is with this low res? Why is that why is it only... Oh my god, it's at 240p.
That's 2006 standard, by the way.
Where there will be massive sea battle sequences, which can only be made possible with the power of the PlayStation 3.
Near 1 and 2 took place during the beginning and end of the Sengoku era. Oh, really?
New and interesting ways to defeat.
Remember once ever like
enemy.
actual like E3 and stuff would actually showcase the person playing their own game? You know, actually show gameplay footage for the actual viewer to enjoy and get excited for. This is 2006, man.
Bosses, and I'll give you an example of that.
Oh my god, look at the...
So here's this giant enemy crab.
So here's this giant enemy crab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Behold my massive crab.
So here's this giant enemy crab. What I'll do is use Benkei here
Man, it's like it's
to
like
flip over this crab on its back.
Wait. Okay, so he said here's this giant enemy crab, right? And like you saw this big behemoth of a monster.
What I'll do.
Wait, hold up. So
it's
we're
just-
gonna go back.
it just
Come on.
felt like
So that's the
felt like
crab
a
that landed. It
Giant
shook the
enemy
ground.
crab. What
That's
I'll
not the
do
crab that's attacking him, right?
Benkei here to
I don't know. I never played the game.
flip over this crab.
I just knew
on
that it
its
just became
back.
a joke.
See if he shows up.
I just wait.
Okay, no, it's right over there. That's the crab. Okay, I was thinking that the giant enemy crab was the little ones that were attacking him. Oh my god. All right, that's a treasure trove. I love that. I'm gonna use that later. Here's this giant enemy crab. No, I never knew that existed. Oh, that's a piece of history right there. It has to be like preserved for our time.
That was like E3. That was like the announcement of the PS3.
Well, yeah, it was 2006. So yeah, that had to be like at the very, like before the PS3 even was released. Because
Yeah,
I
this
believe
is
the
what- after
PS3 and the
this is
Xbox
what-
360 had the longest shelf lives of any console, right? Like they were out the longest.
I think the PS3 barely outlasted the Xbox for a year. About a year.
PlayStation released. PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was released at 2006. When was the 4 released?
2013. I know that because I remember people talking about it in my school.
Google, what the fuck? Oh, I'll buy it on videos. That's why. Yeah, 13. So 2006. Oh my god, that is 7 years. And then 5. When was 5 released?
6 years, almost 6 years ago.
So 5 released in 2020. So no, they had relatively the same shelf life. The PS4 and the PlayStation 5 were around the same time period of like release
Yeah.
between. Okay, I don't know.
No,
For
but-
some reason,
but
I
I'm
felt like it
saying-
was like
but I'm
shorter.
No, but I'm saying that the PS3 outlasted barely in the 360 by a year. Like they stopped making the
Well, yeah, the
360
Xbox,
around.
the original Xbox One came out prior to the PlayStation 4, right?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Xbox One came out first, a few months before the PS4.
November 2013. What did we say the 4 came out was? No, it came out the same time. The Xbox actually
Yeah,
released a few days after the fact. Because the Xbox One original released in November 2022, and the PlayStation 4 original released in 2015. So it was like 7
Yeah.
days after the fact.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like both had like much shorter like shelf lives than I remember?
Oh no, they stopped making the Xbox One around.
Well, no, I know the
same time as
Xbox One, but the PlayStation 4 still like I believe can still be purchased in stores right now.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not gonna last that long.
Well, no, companies always want to kind of yes and no. Here's the problem, right? So currently, Sony is still producing games for the PlayStation 4 outright because they know their players haven't actually transitioned over to the PlayStation 5. Then the PlayStation 5, while it has sold better than the Switch and the Xbox One X, it still hasn't met the numbers Sony has been happy with. So it's not really like no one's rushing to get the newest gen consoles. One, because the price, and two, because specifically in the Xbox's case, the games just aren't there. In Sony's case, where they have exclusivities, they just don't have many games gamers actually want to play on them.
Yeah, actually, they actually stopped supporting Genshin on the PS4.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes,
I wasn't
it's
expecting
just-
that.
Yeah, it's just the PS4 is just too weak to handle the current updates in Genshin.
That makes sense, yeah. But anyways, I think that was a nice little like open. Sorry about that. But we got a lot
But
of
yeah.
things to talk to you guys about today, involving mostly anime. I think actually everything involves anime, like either like people who work within the industries or people who are talking kind of like some small shit about it. But I think what's first, and I was debating with myself where I wanted to start off with, and I kind of want to start off with this first, and that is we have sadly two passings of two very industry legends, and that of both studios. So the first one is, this was reported by Dexoto, Kyoto Animation President Hidoki Hata dies at 76. If anyone needs to know who that is, he was the president and helped produce some of the a lot of series. Like Kyoto Animations helped create Clannad, Chunibyo and Other Delusions, Dragon Maid. Like this is their roster of animes. K-On! Like they are known for a lot of big industry. Haruhi, like these guys are really well established. And the president here, what were you gonna say?
Dude. No, I'm saying like I used to watch like a lot of them.
Yeah, I think most people,
especially love Chunibyo.
No, I love my roommate and me both cringe at that because we were basically some of those characters. Like I extensively was outside. Anytime I was outside as a kid, I was playing as though I was an anime character. Anytime I was playing like at school, I was pretending to be an anime character. I was an American Chunibyo. It was so embarrassing looking back at how I acted as a child.
Yeah.
But no, like I think at least everyone has seen at least, I want to say 3 animes listed on here that they have helped basically create and produce. There's no way, especially with like how big some of them are. Haruhi.
Yeah. Haruhi, iconic.
Again, Dragon Maid has blown up to be one of the biggest, most loved like series. Like people were really excited for the newest movie that just dropped. Lucky Star. This anime helped get a lot of people into the actual culture of anime. K-On!, another
Yeah.
really big one. We talked about K-On! Not too long ago.
Yep.
Clan Ad still talked about as being one of the most beautiful, sad adaptation of an actual like Otome game. Like these guys are pretty well established. I believe this was actually the last piece of animation that he worked on, which was Violet Evergreen, that was released as a Netflix exclusive back in 20. Actually, it should be able to see.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think one of them that I remember.
2018, yeah.
One of them was. I think Tomoko Market was one of them that I remember from Kyoto Animation fondly.
What was the anime called?
Tamako Market. I
Tamako
think that was the
Market.
name.
Tamako Market. I'm not seeing here, but I might be blind.
Or was it made from a different?
Oh no, here it is. Tamako Market.
Yep. I remember that one.
Yeah, so reading the article just goes in. Kyoto Animation has announced the death of the long-time president and chief executive officer Hidoke Hara, who died on February 16, 2026, at the age of 76. Now, a lot of people's like, well, he lived a full life, and like, yeah, he did. To me, as though 76 still seems really young. I feel like most people, like, to me at least, I don't know how some other people. I know some people would like to prefer that they didn't die like, you know, in a bed or like, you know, in a wheelchair or something.
Considering that Japan has quite a long life expectancy compared to other countries.
Well, I would argue that, like, yeah, I would say, like, most people in Japan have a very, like, healthy lifestyle, like, right down to their diet, to their exercise habits, to even the fact that most people typically, even office workers who tend to smoke, don't smoke like basically a lot of Americans do, like literally like 2 packets a day. Like whatever vice they have for like basically like unhealthy actions, they still do it somehow moderately, so this way the actual effects of it isn't as damning. It's just how their culture and their community is for them. But yes, Harari led the studio in founding in 1985, guiding it to more than 4 decades as it became Japan's most respected animation house. And again, I kind of agree with that article. There's a lot of studios I say that like help represent and have cultivated anime to where it is now. But again, when you look at this list of the animations these guys created, I'd be surprised if someone told me, yeah, I haven't seen a single anime on here. I'm like, really? You haven't seen anything by Kyoto Animations? Not one thing?
Just catalog.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's insane. Like these guys have created. Even I know for a fact my roommate hasn't seen any of these except for Amari Brilliant Park. I know he got into anime around 2013 when Kill la Kill first dropped. That's when he slowly started getting anime. So he missed out on a lot of these. Plus, he's not a big fan of like slice of life and romance. But I know for a fact he watched Anime Park because he really, really thought the concept was cool, and he watched Chinubi. So he's actually seen at least 2 of the series on here. And again, that's someone who just doesn't really care much for the slice of life, romance, everyday high school thing.
Unlike me.
Same here. I even though I watch a lot more battle animes now and like more drama, story driven stuff. I grew up on my main diet of anime back in the day was romance, slice of life, and kind of like high school animation, like School Rumble, fucking Toroderu, Clan Nat. I think actually most of these from Kyoto, I watched because they were all listed on Hulu.
Yeah.
But yeah, though he was not the director or animator himself, he oversaw the era of produced the globally acclaimed anime titles and helped expand the studio's international reputation. And again, yes, he wasn't the person animating anything, but again, he did oversee everything. He had to sign off and greenlight a lot of the things that went passing through his doors that was going on. And again, it's easy to say, well, he just kind of sat behind a desk. I'm like, it's not just so simple to say that. Like the man helped. Again, he even said he was a founder of this company.
Yep, he was.
Yeah, even though he said he helped, he was one of the people who led the year for Silent Voice. If you haven't seen the Silent Voice, I couldn't recommend.
Oh, dude!
I couldn't recommend a movie more.
I remember watching that with my friend, dude.
I would say the movie is good.
At the time, because we had like Netflix, and then I invited one of my friends from middle school.
Yeah.
And he was looking through a catalog. It's like, oh, dude, they have silent voice. We should watch that. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. We watched it, and it was.
No, it is.
good.
It is wonderful. It is one of the best movies, animated movies I've seen in a long time. I would only say that also read the manga for extra context because they had to cut a lot of things out. I mean, I'm talking a lot of things out, like the revelation with Shoko's mom, like understanding what her whole thing was, and kind of understanding the real darker theme behind the idea of the messaging for like why everything was the way it was. I think helps give a lot of. I think it helps gives you a lot of clues and understanding as to why some of the characters, like for instance, Shu's sister, right? You know how she kept taking photos of dead things.
Mm-hmm.
So she did that because she wanted to continue showing her sister that there was meaning in life. That look at all these things, that, like because she understood that her sister had these dark thoughts of suicide. So literally, she kept showing her, look, this would be you. Please don't do this. It was a way to kind of like push her way while also giving an understanding that life is beautiful. And again, that was kind of cut content from the actual movie versus what you're going to read in the manga.
Yeah.
So I would recommend if you like a silent voice, definitely check out the manga. I would recommend it. It's not that long. I think it's a total of like 6 volumes, and it was a good read. It was a really good read. But yes,
thanks.
he sadly passed away, but he was not the only one. He just recently passed away. Like it said here, he died on the 16th of February. But he was not the only person who passed away, sadly, from anime legends. We also have another, and this one I feel like is going to hit home for a lot more people.
Yeah.
So we have,
I forget.
if I can get
Before
fucking,
we,
okay, So, Animation Studio Cameron Citrus announced on Tuesday that the Gift-O Animation Studio founder and former president Satoshi Mori has died on February 20th after battling with an illness sometime. Mori's family posted and announced the death on Tuesday and thanked all those who supported Mori. And for anyone who needs to know what this man was involved with, he basically oversaw and helped create a lot of animation you probably know. He was an animation director. He was in charge of overseeing all this stuff. So, this is what he was literally involved. Code Geass, he was involved in several episodes there. Akame Gotta Kill, Sword Art Online 2, fucking Rising of the Shield Hero. Name it. This is everything he was a part of right here. This huge list. And again, it's not everything. Like, he did side things. Like, he was, like, you know, even a key animation director. Like, again, he did several things, but he was attached to all these works. And again, much like Kyoto Animations, I believe everyone that watches anime has most likely seen at least one or all of these animes that he was a part of.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he was sick with some time, and usually when someone is sick, they don't want to tell people, right? Like, you tend to kind of like want to hold off on letting people know.
It's kind of like pretty much what happened with Akira Toriyama.
Well, not just Akira Toriyama, but like it's just like everyone. Like for instance, Robin Williams, oh wow, I'm forgetting his name. I feel so bad. Voice of Pigeon from Mike Tyson Mysteries, Dirty Work, one of Adam Sandler's friends. Oh my god, I'm gonna kick myself for not knowing this now. Norm Macdonald. Fuck, I can't believe I forgot about that. I'm off my game tonight. But Norm Macdonald, thank you. Yes, Mr. Monkey. Norm Macdonald. He was struggling for so long with his illness. Because I'm pretty sure didn't he die because of cancer? Yep, from cancer. No one knew for the longest time that he had it. He kicked that shit. The actor who played Black Panther. He had cancer too. Yeah, he kept that shit hidden from everyone. I believe not even his wife knew. People hold this shit in and they don't want to let anyone know because sometimes they'd rather just kind of like let them spend time with them in a good place before just kind of completely like, because like think about it, like during that time when someone is sick, you have that moment of like, yes, I could spend time with them for like the next year, maybe a few months, and just kind of slowly watch them wilt away. But others would prefer to kind of keep that in, and it's really how you perceive it and how you're gonna deal with it. Because I've had a friend who, of course, had an illness, and they just decided not to let anyone know until like the coming months of their final part, where they're like, yeah, it's gonna happen. So just letting you know, that's what's gonna go down. And his family was devastated. But I kind of both understood and respected him for basically working as hard as he did, because he was still working at his job while he was sick. He was still doing his everyday tasks. He was still cleaning the gutters out, working on his car, things like that, because he didn't want to worry anyone. He didn't want to freak anyone out. He didn't want people like just to go over there and like tell him like, no, relax, just sit down. I'll take care of this. No, he still wanted to be active in his life, because sometimes people feel like if they have someone else start doing their tasks for them, it starts to actually sink in. My God, I will be passing soon. I don't know. Maybe you disagree with me on that one.
No, it's just really sad.
No, it is sad. It's I hate like the fact that like, and it's a thing that we just can't control. You can never. It's random. No one is ever truly prepared when a loved one is going to be passing from your arms, especially if it's through an illness. Because if it's happened to like an accident and it's instantaneous, yeah, it sucks. But at least they weren't in pain afterwards. Hopefully you think they weren't in pain. But if it's illness, it's a slow death. And what that can do is both waiting on the person who's having to deal with the illness and the family surrounding them can sometimes be very traumatic and very detrimental to the entire person's like mind. Some people develop depression because of it. But it seems like his family are like very understanding. They of course like thank the fans and everyone. Moe founded Gift Road Animation in 2015 and served as the first president. He had produced several animes like Card Fight Vanguard series. Sorry, water. I got more here. Actually, I'm gonna go to Twitter very quick and go to it. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Just to kind of give you an idea of what he helped produce. So he worked on One Punch Man animation, Rising of the Shield Hero, like I said, Sword Online, and Made in the Abyss. And then people you have here on this one page is kind of giving their condolences and like, saying it's one of those things where I'm kind of glad. Like from what I've seen, I haven't seen anyone like, of course, say anything stupid. I've seen a couple of like memes and jokes, but ultimately like.
Because some asshole decided to literally just say that Toriyama created the most racist characters and this and that.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. I just couldn't believe the fact that people like. Well, okay, I could believe that people did that. It's kind of just shocking to me that like not even like a day after his passing, people just had to come out and say that.
It's like why the fuck do they have the need to just say that? Like what's so important to just say that shit? Dude?
Well, it's to me it's like people feel like as soon as someone has passed or is in the process of passing, that gives them all the right to just kind of like say any type of shit and make it about them. Like I go back to, do you know who Total Biscuit was?
Total Biscuit?
Yeah, YouTuber. Total Biscuit?
I heard of the name, but...
So, Total Biscuit is definitely someone who is very inspirational to a lot of current day YouTubers who do like video game and movie reviews. Like they watched him, they were inspired by. I used to love watching Total Biscuit, and I used to love watching his podcast called the Co-option Podcast, where he had people like Dodger and Jesse Cox on there. Now, Total Biscuit was hated by the games industry media. They despised him. Total Biscuit was stricken with cancer. I don't remember which type of cancer. I think it might have been colon. I don't remember. But he eventually passed. And literally, not but a day later, so many people came out saying like, yeah, fuck this guy. I'm glad he died. Fuck him. I'm glad he's dead from cancer. Yeah, that guy talks so much shit. His criticism wasn't anything. Yeah, the normal shit you'd hear.
Yeah.
They waited for after the body wasn't even completely, the body wasn't even cold yet, and they're already talking massive shit. That's kind of where I slowly woke up to the idea that these people, like,
It's always people like that, like, just extremely pissed off when Ozzy died, and then when somebody in some Packers chat told him that Ozzy died, he's like, the first thing that he just said, like, his wife sucks.
And I get it. If you have a disagreement, or if you don't like someone for an action or a comment they made, that's fine. But like during the point of time when someone has just either died or is in the process of passing, like you ain't gotta do that, man. You don't have to come out and just be a shitlord for no other reason than just because you don't like someone. It's very daunting. Like, let the people have their moment to grieve. If it literally, I typically don't have to say this because I think it's indicative of like basically like someone can just kind of use this for anything. But if you truly don't have anything good to say, then just shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. And I said, I only use that sparingly because I know some people's like, well, what about video game criticism, huh? I'm like, that's different, okay? That's incredibly different. But yeah,
That shit still pisses me off, dude.
about what?
No wonder with Hassan.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is that true?
What?
You said Hassan, right?
Yes.
Wait, are you talking about his dog?
Hassan, Hummus fucking Pickles himself.
Wait, are you talking about his dog?
No.
Oh,
Hummus Pickles. I call him Hummus Pickles because...
Wait, but like, did he say something or something?
Yes. I told you, literally somebody in his chat on the day that Ozzy died, like...
Oh, right. Yeah.
That shit still pisses me the fuck off, dude. I don't know how this motherfucker gets so much praise and how the fuck this motherfucker be hanging out with Fantano. He'd be like praising Ozzy and shit. He'd be hanging out with fucking people who literally like spit on fucking Ozzy's grave.
It's at this point in time, it's just literally people deciding criticism is way different than wishing someone. No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. I've had conversations with people who they would attribute that turn of phrase of like, if you have nothing good to say, then don't say anything. Because I'm hearing about that currently for Marathon, Bungie's newest game, where like people like criticizing the game, and it's a huge swath of issues for a fucking demo. By the way, the game releases in like 2 days, so it's really crazy to me that they released a demo for the weekend, and they're like, oh, by the way, the game comes out in 2 days after the fact. I'm like, you're not gonna fix your problems in 2 days. What happened to the fucking days of beta, where the beta would come out, and then like months later the game would come out? This way you actually have that time of availability to actually work on and fix your issues. No, we gotta keep pushing everything out. It's fucking so fast now. I'm getting off topic, but yeah, so like Marathon right now is being criticized, and people are like, why can't people just like, let a game be? What happened to the days whenever like, if it was a bad game, you just didn't play, right? And you just let people have fun. I'm like, fuck you. Like, come on, man. You can't sit here and like attribute like people actually having genuine criticisms and like problems with a video game. Like if the UI, again, one of the biggest issues that people have been complaining about Marathon has been the UI. It is horrendously bad. The fact that you have to navigate a menu system to look for anything to do when it comes to your actual equipment, your consumables, your items, your attachments, your mods, all that shit in one screen. That you're overloading the player with so many things at once that you're not gonna like, they're gonna get frustrated, man. And this is a criticism that people have been saying about Marathon. And people are like, oh, you guys are just finding anything to hate on a game because it's Bungie. Or because it's quote-unquote woke. I'm like, no, that's not why people are getting mad at the game. Stop it. Stop that nonsense. Anyways, but yeah, I was getting off topic heavily with that one. Sorry. But yeah, sad we had those two passings. Hope everything goes well with the families. I'm hoping they're able to find new people. They most likely left friends that they trusted very much well with whatever was going to be going on with the company, like whoever they had in charge that was going to be taking over next. So all we can do is wait, hope, and see. And I'm hoping the families got to have as much time they could with them and enjoy what time they had left with them before their actual ultimate passing. Moving on to a slightly lighter note, possibly, but I'm actually kind of curious about this one. Hun, do you know about Seven Seas Entertainment?
Yeah, honestly, they're not really exactly the most trusted company, in my opinion.
Well, I've heard good things about them, and I have seen some of their actual previous work. I've heard only recently that some of the actual translations have been pretty bad, but I guess that's kind of beside the point.
There was that one bad translation from that one manga that's called, I think I Turned My Childhood Friend into a...
Oh, that was them?
Like that. I think it was Seven Seas Entertainment.
Let me see. Let me just double check. Seven Seas Entertainment. Because I know what you're talking about. I remember that was a story like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Because the original, he was like an otokonoko, but for some reason they literally just...
Yeah. I think I Turned My Childhood Friend into a Girl is a LGBT romantic comedy manga. Yeah. And this was done by Seven Seas Entertainment. Yeah, I remember this because it was an otonoko and then Seven Seas translated
it's
so this way they made
boys love. It's supposed to be like a boys love with a otokonoko / femboy.
Wow, it's had a lot of volumes.
Protagonist. Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, I've heard about. I remember this happened. Like this was talked about. Like, because wasn't this supposed to be getting an anime too?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Oh wow, I did not know that was actually Seven Seas. But yeah, so essentially Seven Seas got bought out by a. Well, go on.
That's why I'm saying they're not exactly, in my opinion, the most trusted company.
Well, I mean, one problem like this does not always attribute to a company being completely like bad. Again, I don't know. I've only just recently started reading manga.
Like it just feels like hit or miss.
It's possible, but Media Do has entered the definitive agreement to acquire Seven Seas Entertainment and the largest independently owned manga publisher in the English language market. As a longtime manga and light novel fans were watching very closely because Seven Seas has been the cornerstone of English language manga publishing for over the past 2 decades. So when news breaks that the major Japanese digital distributors powerhouse is stepping in, and it's not just business, it's personal for readers to support support these books for years. So here we go into the article for San Sancho says, what we know so far with the Media Do's acquisition. Media Do International Inc., part of Tokyo-based Media Do Group, has signed a definitive agreement to acquire Seven Seas Entertainment. Seven Seas is the independent publisher founded in 2004 by Jason DeAngelos and has licensed and published over 1,300 series and 1,000 of other titles from Japan, China, South Korea, and beyond. The company is widely recognized as The company is widely recognized for its bold licensing decisions throughout thoughtful curation and strong editorial standards and willingness to publish across genres, including manga, light novels, demia, and webtoons, audiobooks, original comics, and youth literature. So yeah, to me, this isn't a big thing. Like, yes, are they a pretty big, well-established company beforehand? But the thing is, so far from what I've been seeing, the company Media Do has agreed to essentially keep on, like, all staff by Seven Seas, and they're gonna, like, there won't be, I think this, it says right here, Seven Seas will continue operating under its existing leadership team. There will be no changes to the publication schedules, distributions, or core operations. All Seven Seas print imprints will continue to be distributed worldwide by Penguin Random House's publisher services. So far what it seems is like, it looks like they just kind of bought them out, but there's going to be no alterations, at least currently, for how the company is run. but I was curious as to why so many people were upset with this acquisition to begin with, and then I saw this. The AI question. Why fans are concerned about the takeover. MediaDo operates in search of digital publishing and technology infrastructures. In recent years, the broader publishing industry has increasingly experimented with AI-assisted workflows, including metadata generations, automated formatting, and, in some controversial cases, machine translation. And then everything kind of came together. So that's why so many people are upset with this.
I could kind of see AI being beneficial, but at the same time, it can be pretty abused.
Well, I agree with you. I think any tool can really be abused. The thing is how you utilize it, and I keep saying this. I don't care if you use machine learning and AI to help translate work. My thing is always, I want humans to oversee the process that the AI is doing this, and then go back and make sure that it's actually correcting or correctly like translating the things into what it deems. Yeah, or accurately. Like that's I want human oversight. I think that's where we need. But whenever you bring that as an argument,
I'm pretty sure it should apply the same thing with voice acting as well.
Voice acting I'm a bit different about. Like I don't. The thing is, right? So are there gonna be voice actors who are gonna be shitlords and localizers who change scripts and verbagers for like characters to match what they think is more corrective? Yes. The problem is the voice actors themselves aren't the ones doing the alterations. It is 100% the actual people who are localized to change those scripts to fit more of the whatever area they're translating for. So for like, basically Dutch, French, all that jazz. Like if a voice actor's being insufferable online, you can just mute that bitch and like literally just still enjoy their work. Like there's a handful of voice actors that I think are fucking stupid online that I just kind of ignore them and I just listen to them talk. These are mostly English dub voice actors, by the way. I don't think I've ever heard like any Japanese voice actor. Well, then again, I'm not on their like social media, so I couldn't even tell you if I could or not. But yeah, mostly.
No, you pretty much don't hear them from Japanese at all.
I love I watch like right now I'm watching Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. It's one of my favorite animes in like the past like few years for slice of life and romance.
Actually, I did enjoy it, but my close high school friend, he didn't like it.
He didn't like Uzaki-chan?
Nope.
Wow. Was it the over explicit lewdness or Uzaki herself?
It just, I don't know,
yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Really great.
But no, like I'm watching Uzaki-chan, right? And they have an English dub.
But he told me like at least it's not as bad as What's Her Girlfriend.
It's so bad. But no, yeah, like they have an English dub for Uzaki-chan. But I really don't like the voice actors they got to play Uzaki. I think the Japanese one does such a better job like placating to this like very almost teasing, jokingly, like obnoxious character that you could just like. That's kind of like a little sister-esque character who just wants to fuck with the main character, and like her voice is just so grating and just like it just doesn't fit Uzaki's mannerisms in the slightest. But again, that's not like a shot on the voice actor. That's just like I don't think you were perfect for the. I don't think you were good for the role. So I prefer listening it to English.
But honestly, as I always mention, I hate English anime voice actors nowadays. I'd rather just watch the English subs. No, not the English subs.
No, and that's perfectly fine. If people
because I feel like it's to me at least just feels like it's the real deal.
No, and I get that. And like to some people, I can perfectly understand that people are like, happy.
Like if I'm watching like a certain piece of media, I want to watch it from its country of origin with subtitles.
Yes and no. Like, I don't. There can be sometimes I'm like okay with it. Like for instance, like I'm not sure if you know about it on Netflix. There was a series called Dark. It's a German supernatural TV series. It's really good. If you've never seen Dark, I recommend it. But like, I only watch that show because of its for its actual voice act, his actual work. German actors, and not the English dub that they did, because the English dub is so horrendously bad. Like, you know how people used to make fun of like the Japanese like old black and white movies where like they had horrible dubs where like they'd like move their mouths like 20 times and all they say is like yeah or yes, like that shit.
Yes.
It's like along those lines of that parody, but it's not actually parody. It's for real. It is so bad. If you ever get a chance to watch Dark and you want to watch it, take a moment to actually swap it over to the English dub and just listen to the voices. They just do not sound right at all. Dude, how come you have 84 videos and only 180 subscribers? Do you even watch anime? Yeah, I watch anime. I watch a lot of anime.
Well, not as much for me.
I think I'm still putting my anime that I've watched over the years in my anime list, but I'm pretty sure if we went over, I'm pretty sure we'd be pretty, I want to say even.
I don't know, because sometimes I have preferences on two genres.
I don't typically have a preferences. My thing is the fact that I watch anything that piques my curiosity and anything anyone recommends me. So I really don't have a exact preference. Now, okay, I like battle animes, like, you know, Baki the Grappler, Hajime no Ippo, Kengan Ashura, Megaloboxing. Like, those are great animes I really like. I'm big partial to romance, and I'm very partial to, like, really heavily story. Like, right now there's a series I want to watch. I need to give the time for it. Where the fuck is it? It's extremely story driven. I believe it's actually a Chinese anime. Yeah, I want to give time to watch Roll Over and Die, Sentenced to be the Hero, and then the one I was talking about just now. What the fuck is it? Oh my god. I'm looking at my Crunchyroll wish list right now, a watch list, but I can't find it. Whatever, I'll go to it later. But yeah, like I have a few animes on my backbone. Don't know if you know Stories About Me. Don't know if you know Stories About Me. Is that like a series you're talking about, or you? I translate manga, and I got a fan club of people chasing me and trying to get my manga banned. No, hun, I don't know who you are. I make hate videos about me. They make hate videos about me in 2 languages. Ha ha ha. What do you even do? Where do you even do it? The guy that translated Baki the manga. Wait, you're saying you translated Baki manga? Okay, anyways, we're gonna continue. Sorry for the sidetrack.
Link the video.
Huh?
He said like he's gonna link the video.
Be careful about linking stuff in my chat, and clicking on anything. I don't know who this person is. They could mean 100% what they're saying. I'm just giving you caution to try not to link random shit. That's what I'm gonna say. You know, I typically don't have a problem with AI so long as it has human oversight and it has basically time to actually like people to look over and make sure everything's done correctly and well. And my main problem is always going to be when it comes to translation is how people see fit to make the argument, oh, we're just translating it for how the region's colloquial terms and everything are. And I'm like, right, there's nothing bad or wrong about that. It's whenever you take it to the nth degree and start interjecting certain things that are either in meme culture or politics. Not only that, but like the reason why we used to do translation to begin with in the first place. Yes, that's all. Anyways, the reason why we used to do translation, and again, I've heard the argument. Well, what about like older animes, whatever, like, you know, the whole for kids in general, right? So you know how like people used to translate like things, for instance, like Pokemon rice balls to donuts, or
yeah, and also they used to censor a lot of those enemies like crazy, dude.
Right, but like I'm talking specifically about the actual translation, not so much the actual censoring, because 4Kids used to censor like outright. Like they would make sure like no guns were shown, knives, nothing. Like I remember whenever they changed Nami's mother, Bellamy's like gun to a shovel. And then like again we have the infamous line from Arlong who said 20 years or like you're going to go to my dungeon for the rest of your life when he actually killed her in the anime. So whenever you actually had the moment, whenever Luffy basically kicked Arlong's ass and kicked him out of her hometown and everything, they got arrested. Well, cool. That means Bellamy should be able to, like, you know, just walk out of the dungeon now. She's free. No, because that's not actually how that works. I do also anime subbing. What's your pen name and your translations? Okay. But yeah, so like my thing is the fact that since if you overly add in a lot of things and you try to explain it away, it's like, oh, but people won't, again, because this is an argument I hear people say. People won't understand a lot of the lingo or specific, what's the word I'm looking for? Verbiage or colloquialisms that people in Japan use and when referencing it in their own animes. I'm like, there is a small part where you are correct. The problem is we are now become so embedded into actual anime as like an actual culture that we follow that most people can use context clues to understand what they're talking about. So I don't really think that can be used as a justification to alter something from being something so like, again, we go back to the Otokonoko thing, right? So translates that, it was like, oh, that basically we can just change that to be like, oh, they're trans. I'm like, no, that's something specific. You can't just alter that.
It literally like how do I say it? It literally like defeats the purpose of what the author's intent was.
Basically, because like you're essentially changing an entire person's like structure of their identity in that sense to fit something of your own narrative. That's not how that works. You go back to the Jello Apocalypse thing when he like openly admitted for some retarded reason that like AI is fine. It's so far as it's only as a way to inspire, reference, and read artists. And yeah, no, again, AI is fine. I have no problem with AI because here's the thing. Much like the past, whenever you had forms of groups of workers who used to complain that automation was going to take over their job, they were going to lose it, and they wouldn't have anything. We should keep factories as they were, right? And people was like telling like, oh, just like go learn it or something else. Or same thing, whatever, basically people came along and say like, you know, the whole learn to code thing, right? Because journalists were losing their jobs slowly because of like specific practices and stuff and the journalist ethics. But anyways, those things came along and started changing the landscape that we had for those jobs. And it's the same way now with AI. AI is just becoming the new form of automation. So it's either you kind of like use the tool that's being given to you to help better either your own craft, your own work, and you kind of like just accept the fact that this is gonna change the landscape you're a part of, and there's really nothing you can do about it unless you just completely have an entire oversight committee like they're trying to do with the Screen Actors Guild Awards and stuff, and just have it written in contract that you can't use AI at all. Which again, I think is really stupid, and that's not gonna help. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna stop things. You may have that written in contract for now, but eventually they're gonna basically find a way to embed it in it because it's gonna be a time saver for both money and time for them. But yeah, like it's gonna happen. I tell people all the time, use AI to help benefit your own work. You don't have to make an entire drawing for you, but what you can do is you can draw something up and have AI touch up those little things that either A are really, really annoying and tedious to deal with while you're drawing, or just to help like add maybe a background or some sort of like different color palette, or like, hey, even though I just colored this entire drawing, maybe we're gonna have AI alter it just slightly to add more contrast to it. You know, these are things you can have it do. You are still providing the actual talent and work into making your drawing, your illustration, or even your script. You're just having the tool look it over for you to maybe make some changes here or there or alter something very quickly. Check that page. I mean, nothing was linked, but again, like, sweetie, I don't know who you are. And I'm a very paranoid, cautious person. I'm not going to click something I don't know.
He just said to just search it.
Huh?
He just said to just search it.
To just search it. He says click that page. Anyways, I mean, do you have anything else you want to add, Bruto?
No, I mean, you already give your take that I pretty much had in mind pretty much.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts before we move on?
Nope. I already explained everything.
Yeah, but this is YouTube.
Yeah, I know. But
No, I was just reading what it says in the comment. It says, yeah, but this is YouTube.
no.
This is YouTube? This is Sparta! Kick!
No, I'm already done. Like, I already gave my take.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. This will probably be a quick one, since I actually myself made a comment. But we're gonna be talking about, if anyone knows, the American conservative debater, documenter, people like that, Matt Walsh. So Matt Walsh recently came into the actual scene, and I guess this person right here, Jesse Kelly, and started discussing. I don't exactly remember how this happened go, but essentially Jesse Kelly went on the topic to talk about it. So here's how to start out. So sports do matter. They always matter in every society. That's why every society has had them. The reason patriots have lamented the communist infiltration of sports is because it creates divisions instead of unity. And unity is at this point sports. So then Matt Walsh came in and said, this is why I get so annoyed at dumb conservatives who degenerate the sports ball or whatever. Sports is a fundamental part of culture, just like art. You can't pretend that you want to preserve American culture while at the same time totally dismissing the elements of culture. You don't have to be a fan to be any particular sport, but to write off the whole thing as as breath of you and make. I'm so sorry. To write off the whole thing as beneath you just makes you pretentious, a dork at best, or a nihilist at worst, or both. And Johnny Bonnie's here's what really kind of entered the actual fray, adding this comment. Apply this same logic, Matt, to how you would feel about video games, anime, nerd culture, etc. And Matt Walsh decided to enter in by saying anime is not fundamental part of American culture. And I really shouldn't have to explain why. And a lot of people jumped down this guy's throat because of that comment right there. Like here, for instance, Madam said, you can see, I love that you ignore the other bits, and I love how pick you are, not even thinking about how anime has influenced the nerd culture and growth of gaming and storytelling done here at home. So, Sozen here saying it's a fundamental part of modern right-wing culture, but you're also ignoring the other examples here listed because you're not interested in engaging honestly in other subjects. I believe that's supposed to... I'm not sure if that was a direct comment to Savvy or Matt Walsh. Mantis Wave actually made a comment. Huh?
No, it's direct comment at Walsh.
Gotcha. But Mantis Wave, if you actually know him, he's a YouTuber as well. Actually made a comment. And an absolutely worthless slop of Hollywood and produced in last 20 years is... So essentially, Powder even, someone made a Powder image. People, of course, were actually not agreeing with his take on that and heavily disagreeing. I, of course, chimed in with my...
For me, I'm very familiar with Matt Walsh, but it's not surprising for me to have such a retarded ass take, because I remember a while ago he really said that anime is satanic.
No, but that's because, again, he comes in from the lens of a Christian conservative. His viewpoints...
He comes from... he's pretty much like that of a recycled millennial boomer.
Well, I wouldn't say millennial boomer, but again, he comes from the orthodox of basically his morals, his principles, and belief are first foremost going to be fundamentally based around the Christian side of things. So anything that involves that kind of mindset is going to be where his actual thought process begins and ends. There is nothing else ultimately that's going to be help fueling or him fundamentally basing his arguments on than except for on that idea. It's the same way how most of Ben Shapiro's arguments come from his religious belief, or someone like Andrew Wilson. Let's see.
I mean, anybody in the Daily Wire is just.
It's not. We love it because it's imported from Japan. America is MTG. Ooh, MTG. Okay, I gotta read this comment. Hold on 1 second. Okay, America is MTG, pinball, Hollywood movies, and American series like Adventure Time, The Simpsons, Avatar, and even Avatar. The Bold Wind Dude. Oh, to say bald or bold? Yeah, the bold wind dude. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I was actually having a discussion with my roommate recently, like what would you say is the current day American culture? And we've kind of fundamentally agreed that while sports are still a big part of it, we would argue that American culture still derives and focuses on primarily on what our Hollywood people do actively. So the stories that come out of that, the actors, the writers, that's essentially still pre-built for our culture, even though I don't particularly like much of which that comes out of Hollywood, from both its actors, its writers, and its producers.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
actually made a comment on this,
Yeah.
and I said, yes, you are correct. Anime is not fundamentally part of America's culture, and for that I'm glad. Our current landscape of our own media and entertainment is horrendous. It's a cesspool of remakes, reboots, spin-offs, and sequels, all while being incredibly pandering and poorly written, forcing moral bankrupt characters down our throats, criticizing you for being a phobe of some kind, and if you don't love or accept them. We allow activists, ideologues, and some of the worst dregs of society to take positions within gaming, film, and animation industry, altering and destroying some of the many cherished characters and stories we held dear. For years, these individuals have eroded our culture and our media. And when we give pushback, they call us grifters, chuds, bigots, and Nazis. So people just got fed up and merely turned their attention away from the West and towards the East and their media, their culture. Anime is not America's culture, but it has become many Americans' culture.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point.
It's like they adopted it.
Yes, many people who basically enjoy the hobby of anime, watching it, engaging in it, the discussions, the theories, and everything. It's much like anything else that someone else has gotten into TV series. The difference is there has been a culture pre-built that has been built around it.
Yeah.
The idea of cosplaying, conventions, watch parties, all these things have been slowly integrated into actually building up an actual foundation for the culture itself.
Yeah, it just reminds me of how, how the hamburgers already become like very Americanized, despite the fact that it was invented in Germany. From what I remember.
Well, but that's because we processed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, have you noticed how none of the girls care about American Idols, but they're spending thousands of on Korean boy bands, BTS? Yeah, no. Again, yeah. So Korea had it. Damn, my mic's in the way. So the Korean fad is strong. No, 100%. And that's what I keep saying. Like, my roommate says currently the reason why we don't have a strong culture is because our strong culture is the fact that we are a melting pot. America is a melting pot of different other cultures. And why I kind of agree with him is yes, America still has a strong community-centric culture. Why I disagree is primarily on the idea of the fact that those cultures are not synonymous with each other. Like, there isn't like, for instance, there isn't like the Christians, the Catholics, the like Orthodox Jews and everyone. They're not coming together and having parties with each other. They're segregated within their actual. And again, there's nothing bad about that. Of course, these people are not going to integrate so often, but the actual subcultures within America just don't really blend well too much outside of small things like gaming, specific hobbies and sports like that. What until next Super Bowl gets career boy bands? Yeah, the Super Bowl itself, many championships have gone down in viewership and everything, but I don't blame that on the actual act that people are driving away from that because it's sports or anything. It's because many of the actual people embedded into that thing. Like look at the most recent Super Bowl, right? I don't remember the fucking guy's name, but the guy who did the halftime show.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, who got lambasted for his fucking music. Those are the people we're inviting into the actual scene of the Super Bowl. Though that's been a constant thing. Look at the last halftime shows that have been present. Look at people like what the fuck was his name? The guy with the long curly hair who took a knee during the national anthem. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
No, I mean I don't even watch. I don't.
I used to, but
I feel like Super Bowls have been just over glorified, dude. Like I don't understand. Like
I know.
Like,
I
this may be a hot take, but fucking that's why. I feel like football as a whole is like literally the most overrated sport ever. Dude.
Hey, now, okay, I used to be a really big Colin Kaepernick, thank you. But people like Colin Kaepernick basically helped like destroy the actual foundation of what the Super Bowl was. Again, these people came in and started to basically push their own views into these things that just never football didn't need to become political in any sense of the word.
Like Super Bowl just became like the most milked event ever. Like it just overshadows from like fucking NHL or MLB.
Well, again, I would say because football is only realistically synonymous with America. Sure, you have some place in like Great Britain, like which they have a team and everything, but realistically, there are other countries playing football. But the reason why I bring that up is because I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with the idea that we have a basically a football culture in that sense, because you have it's the same way how like we would go to a convention dressed up as some of our favorite anime characters. We'd buy the merch. We'd listen to the songs. We'd go out like having fun with the friends who would do the same, right? In that sense, these people get together, have watch parties just as much as probably we would, dressed up with their favorite team's jerseys, have a good time watching these guys play games. It's just how it is. It's whenever people get together, get to enjoy a shared camaraderie and community that they built into something that like just has value in them. So that, I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Again, I used to be a really big Super Bowl fan. I'm from Florida. I used to fucking bleed red because goddamn Buccaneers, baby. But the Bucs suck at the same time. Like the Bucs have only ever made it to the Super Bowl twice in my day in life, and they've only won once.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Dallas Cowboys have always been pretty shitty for the past decade.
Hello, Tommy. How are you doing, sweetie? Welcome. See, I used to like the Cowboys, but like I don't know, like I just.
Yeah, they just like they're just not what they used to be.
Oh no, they haven't.
90s.
Like okay, so Buccaneers used to have a very strong offensive line, but over the past like few years, that shit has been eroded. Like again, we spent thousands of dollars getting fucking who was it, Tom Brady to join our. I think it was Tom Brady. It was either Tom Brady or it was Peyton Manning. One of them to come join us, be our quarterback. That didn't change shit. Why? Because one man doesn't make a team. You need strong defensive and offensive linemen to actually help back up so this is the quarterback can actually throw that ball and get it to someone's hands. But no, fuck it. I miss the days of Mike Arstar, one of the strongest defensive linemen. I'm gonna ignore this. I'm done. No more football talk. Okay.
All I can say is that I'm more of a hockey and baseball guy.
I want to get into those sports. The problem is, both as someone who used to play baseball and try to watch it, baseball has been, and again, I get baseball is considered to be like the American sport.
Well,
I find it
boring. Not unless if you count Japan.
Well, I'm not counting Japan. I'm going with like America itself because America, like baseball, is considered like like the idea of like American baseball, home of the apple pie, like driving home to your wife, like that kind of idea, right? But again, the traditional 1950s ideal family, like you'd sit down with your wife, she'd have a nice home cooked meal for you, maybe you like have some time with the kids, you'd watch some TV with some TV dinners, and then you get to enjoy like watching the game or something, right? But again, I find baseball boring.
Yeah,
I do not enjoy baseball. Soccer's way more engaging to me because it's constantly moving. It's constantly on the move. So is football.
Oh, yeah. For sure, dude. Like I used to always get excited every time when
I'm not gonna lie, the thing I used to love as a kid was the fact that when you watch like a football game, yeah, you had people like mad and everything, like getting like hyping you up. But when you watch a soccer game, you would just hear that announce goes like, "Hey, que tal lo paso ahí, que se vaya, que se ahí, oh, que se pasa allá, goal!"
We just get over. My dad would just be yelling and shit every time when the team from his hometown scored a goal. He would just always be fucking yelling and shit.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Always yell with him too.
Back to anime. It's incredible that Netflix folded on anime industry in Japan, and they sell 4 episodes for $90. Wow, I actually didn't hear about that. But nobody buys this. No, I've been getting back into actually buying physical copies for everything. Like I just started buying manga again. And I've been actually waiting to buy physical media for everything. I'm getting tired of relying solely on getting everything digitally because of for convenience. But getting back to anime, so we just had the Matt Walsh thing. So before we end off with the Matt Walsh thing, do you have anything else you want to add to that, Brutal?
All I can say is that everybody in the Daily Wire is a little sack of shit.
He's a little sack of shit. How dare you make fun of Ben Shapiro's 4-foot tall ass?
Nah, dude. Even with those people, it's just... I want to consider them extremists, but they're just so fucking boomer,
No,
bro.
they're not. They're not extremists. They're just like very.
I know. No, that's why I said I don't consider them to be extremists. They're like far from it, but they're just so fucking boomer on so many topics.
I mean, but
just shut the fuck up.
The thing is, right? Like, I don't want to get into this. But yeah, I'm not very partial to the Daily Wire either. Like, I used to way back when watch a lot more like conservative people talk, more conservative pundits and like and speakers talk on things. But I've drastically shifted away from politics in general, just because like that is a game you don't ever want to enter unless you truly hate yourself.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Baki in 2003. The whole character was like $520. Oh, the whole collection. I'm sorry. I got into Baki. I think it was around when I first watched the actual original series that got aired in 2001. I think I checked it out in like 2014 because I had heard it was going to be made. Netflix had just gotten the rights to it and were making their own. So I was really interested. So I actually like, and again, I'd always seen images of Yujiro, and I never actually knew who the fuck this character was. And I finally sat down and watched Baki back in like 2014, 2015, and I fucking fell in love with the concept of what the fuck Yujiro was. He's an asshole, but like I love Yujiro. The DVD box set. Gotcha. All right, so this is actually the main topic that we're going to be talking about tonight. I'm not sure how long it's going to take us, but I'm in it for the long haul. And that is... Brutal, did you recently hear that Sokoku-kan manga editor implicated in potential cover-up and author's sexual abuse of a minor?
Nope, I haven't.
So, this came out recently. I saw several posts talking about this. Of course, Chibi Reviews made a video on it. I saw several articles come out. But I decided to go with Anime Corner because Anime Corner's been pretty good lately. I've been enjoying reading their stuff. I've never been a big fan of the color palette. But anyway, so the editorial department of manga publisher Sogo Manga 1 Service released a statement on February 26 following the confirmation that Joji Kome, author of Ichijo Hajime, real name Kazuki... I'm going to mispronounce a lot of these, I'm sorry. Kazugami Kurota, I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry. Groomed and sexually abused an individual across the span of multiple years, beginning when she was 15 years old, a minor at the time. Korea is serialized Data Susan under the name Sochi Yamamoto. Further,
yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
You know, this is like not the first instance of this happening.
Well, it's not. It's never going to be the first instance.
With a manga author, because or an artist. There's definitely been plenty of those happening especially with the artist for Minato Aqua.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, her papa literally got outed literally as a pedo because apparently from what happened was that he was in a relationship with a minor for years, and he essentially groomed her. And not only that, but there's a lot of his like art that he drew is like it like literally resembles the art of the minor that he was secretly dating.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Like I literally have this was like before this shit came up. Like it's still like I have his like art book, and it still really haunts me how I'm just like looking at him like, dude, bro, like, goddamn.
That's crazy.
And
just, I don't
know, like I literally like have his like art book that I bought like a few years back, because I just really like Aqua. I really like fucking Minato Aqua. But it's just
I get that.
looking like all the other artwork, and then like looking at the artwork, it just feels haunting to me, dude. It's just haunting. It's just haunting to look at.
But no, what was I gonna say?
Didn't the Arthur Berserk?
Tread lightly with what you're about to say here.
Then was it Berserk who got the Arthur? No, wait, no, it was somebody else. Never mind.
I was gonna say like that's what I'm like. As a huge Berserk fan, I'm about to tell you you're probably wrong or whatever you're about to say.
Yeah, never mind.
But like Rai Chen, I'm gonna let you know right now. So you're putting a lot in there. I'm trying to keep up, but anyways, that's just another Monday in Japan, bro. The creator of Kenshin was caught with underage material and went to jail. Went out, still worked on the manga and the anime 2006.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's, you know how we were talking about Gakuo-chan, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Arthur, the creator, literally got caught with actual illegal child material that apparently he imported. Apparently imported from Germany. So I'm like,
Jesus Christ. But continuing with the article, it says further, it was revealed that the editor of the manga one meditated between the individual who was assaulted and cured in the line group chat while Denten Suzuko was still ongoing. The editor is believed to be Takuri Narkida, who was allegedly produced beginning Purpose getting in a sentimental agreement, notoriously that would compress in the individual for 1.5 million yen. That's $9,600. If they did not go public about the assault and withdrew the appeal against Kiryu and manga resuming. The editor also believed that the was due to the post of the individual who was assaulted. As the report of Japanese outlet It Media, the notice confirmed that the role of the editor was both something and it was the same guy who basically did it. To make a long story short, they essentially got rid. Actually, you know what? I think there's a post I actually saved here to talk about it. Let's see if I can't find it. Here it is. Okay. So thank you, Manga Reporter, for this. Currently, there's a scandal going viral about one editorial hiring of another under the pre-made, allegedly sexually assaulted a high school girl and committed very degrading acts like smearing. I don't even want to say that completely. That's disgusting, dude. He smelled shit on her face, man. Oh my god. The timeline was the sexual assault happened in 2016 when the author Shuji Yamato was the teacher and she was the first year of the school student. In 2020, the author was first arrested in his own series, Nathan Susan suspended from Shogaku. In 2022, however, they rehired him under a different pen name. And then on February 20th, 2016, a civil lawsuit ruling that Shiro District Court ordered the author to pay compensation of victim that suffers from PTSD. On February 27th, manga won additional issues an apology that they hired the author again was a mistake. Yeah, that's not a mistake, dude. Like, I'm sorry, that's not a mistake.
Like,
you don't mistakenly hire someone.
That literally does not sound a mistake. It's like, yeah, you know what the fuck you were doing.
100%. Like let's not try to fucking sugarcoat this shit. It's not a mistake that you saw a man who got accused and was proven through civil court that he did the actions he did, was arrested for them, and be like, you know what? Let's hire him again. He seems like a go-getter. Let's hire him again. It's whatever apology. You know, I actually want to read the apology. I'm actually curious what the fuck they said. Actually, I haven't read it myself. I'm actually curious what the fuck they said. Translate. Okay. Explanation and apology regarding the suspension of show mask. Okay. Regarding originally ordinary mask due to the problems of the original author appointed judgment and confirmation system. We have stopped the distribution and stopped shipping the book. The original author, Mr. Ichi, is the same person as Mr. Shoji Yamamoto, the author of the Operation Fallen Heaven. In 2020, in the light Mr. Yamato's arrest, summary indicated, and fine were all stopped sterilizing of Operation Fallen Heaven. However, in 2022, the Manga One additional department has launched a new series called Sojourn Mask, based on the original work by Ichijiro Ichiju. Originally, he should have not been appointed to the original author. Above all, I would like to sincerely apologize to those who have been harmed. As an editorial department, we take responsibility. Oh, that's another thing. No one knew this. No, he was appointed, and anyone that worked in that department, no one knew, because apparently he wasn't. From what I was reading, he wasn't actually going to the actual company. He was doing everything via online. Like they would send him spreadsheets and stuff for him to look over and everything. So no one who was working in the department actually knew that was him. Again, this wasn't a mistake. And it's really telling by a company that is just so willing to do this for profit. Because let's not kid ourselves. This was for profit.
Yeah.
But, so, the main reason why I want to bring this up isn't just because of this deplorable action by this guy. We're sorry we got caught. He makes good artwork. It's essentially what it was. It's essentially like, we're so sorry we got caught. But he made some really cool series. Look at the awesome anime designs. And it's like, I'm so glad what happened next is what happened next, because after this was found out, let me go. Let's see. So after this was found out, Riko Takashiri, author of Inuyasha, Ranma Half, and Yuzu, has removed all of her manga from the host of Shugaku's Manga 1 platform. So she created 3 of the biggest works that people actually grew up with, like Inuyasha and Ranma 1 Half, and she said, "Fuck that! Do not distribute my work from you guys anymore. I'm done." Yep. One, the creator of Mob Psycho and One Punch Man came out and said, released a statement following the child assault abuse scandal involving Dante Sun. I will not team up with people who cannot clearly take strong stance condemning sexual abuse of minors. That should be obvious. I will wait for the parties involved to disclose the details. As Shugaku, if they have taken such actions, I will like them to be supported. One Punch Man illustrator has also retweeted One's original post. So that's the post they made earlier about talking about the situation. But yeah, so One, the actual creator of One Punch Man, Mob Psycho, is not happy about this. Someone told Odo, the creator of the Keep Your Hands Off of Ibiso, will be cease publishing her work on Chicago Manga's One platform. So she's pulling out. Sumi Ono, the author of After God, has explicitly requested to stop publishing her work on from the same publisher. These manga artists are coming out and they're letting them know immediately. Oh, hell no. You don't just get to write an apology and think we're going to be fine with this.
Yeah, no, dude.
Ryu Turman, author of Cosmos. I hear this manga is fucking phenomenal, and I hear nothing but praise from this stuff. They have now requested for them to stop publishing their stuff on their platform. Mm-hmm. It's apparent, dude.
It kind of feels like with Sakuna, which is it's Minato Aqua, but it's reincarnated to her being an indie. Yeah, her first model was literally made by by the same Papa, but when the whole allegations came out, she was like, "No, I'm just gonna look for a new artist," and she did.
Well, and that's really, I can give high respect to people that do that. I don't see, they're not ones being wronged in this. And that if they told me for instance, I can only use this as an example for you because it's the most recent one I can think of. But Cinder in that same instances, for everything that happened with her model mommy, I'm forgetting her name. Do you remember her name?
Sakuna?
No, the person who made the model for Cinder.
No, I don't remember.
I remember, but yeah, basically said she betrayed me, she hurt me, and I'm only going to use her model up until I can find a new mod. I can find new artists to make the new model for me, and which I can respect. She's saying I'm not going to keep using this model of someone who basically tried to destroy my career and outright fucking brigade me to no end. So I'm just going to change it. But right now I'm going to use it because it's all I have right now. And I can respect that. It's the same with other people. If they told me I'm going to hold on to it until I have the ability to change it and never use it again, I will. I'm they're standing on business. I can respect that. But yeah, look at here. Free Run Beyond Journey's End. The manga, the author Kuzu Yamato, and illustrator Takus, both the actual author and the illustrator, have said they are officially been removed from Sogo's Manga 1 platform.
This is definitely a big deal.
Dude, it's huge. Some of the biggest manga that has been out the past decade are all leaving this publication. Why? Because they were too fucking blind to know that this was an issue. They had to have truly believed that they will never get caught.
Yeah, but they act like they act like oh it's not a big deal or this and that and this and that. Like, come on, dude. It's obvious. Like they try to fool them, but they're not fooled.
No, and again, none of this would have come out if it wasn't for the actual, like, the fact that, like, he had to pay, like, the civil case. Like, it came out, and, like, they're like, wait, hold on. Why is he attached to the actual name of this company? And then people just started doing what people do and looked into it more.
Yeah.
It truly feels like they tried to sweep it under. It's just really crazy to me that they truly thought that they could get away with this shit.
It's literally the biggest cover up that a company tries to do.
Yeah, but so here's the big thing though, right? I want to take away from this. I've seen some people say, like, again, like, kind of like Reggie just said, like, this is what is it, the comment that Reggie just said, haha, that's just another Monday for Japan. All right, I don't agree wholeheartedly. I get that's a joke, but I don't get wholeheartedly. I don't agree with that because, again, if that was the true case, you wouldn't have all these people willingly to just kind of like take their works away from this publication in general, and basically losing outright on all that actual, like, money they'd be getting, because that's something that's gonna set back for a lot of these people. And that means now they must find other platforms that's going to host their actual series, and that's going to take time working within the actual industry. If they have any, like, some sort of, like, managers or producers that's going to help them move that along, but that's going to take time for the new publication to get some sort of, like, contract going, some licensing fees. They got to find a way to transfer that. It takes a while, so that's money they're losing for that now, and they all decided hands down, fuck that, we're leaving.
It definitely feels like a Niji Sanji moment where a lot of companies that partnered up with Niji Sanji, they would just, like, terminate their contract because of what happened with Doki Bird.
100%, and I mean that's not close to being comparable to what happened to this case, but the fact that Doki like got so unbelievably like fucked over by that situation, and I'm so happy the fact that she cultivated a strong fan base and mods who stuck by her, because like the mods didn't just like leave. No, they actually started staying there and linking her new channel, her new VTuber, in the old Niji Sanji post and everything. Like they were behind. That's how you know you've done right. When you have a bunch of people who are so favorable to that, they're gonna just ignore the actual narrative that Niji Sanji like a company tried painting against you, and look at the actual evidence and be like, oh no, this is nothing like you said it was.
Yeah, Doki literally gives probably like the biggest middle finger fuck you to the company she used to work for. Like, literally.
Man, no, it's just horrendously disgusting.
I know. It's like.
I was talking about this.
Like,
I was talking about this.
Like it just feels satisfying to like. It just feels satisfying to hear like somebody like getting more bigger than the actual company that she works to work for itself.
Well, I mean, but that's what made so many people salty though, because Doki blew up because she had the actual fan base. Like people liked Doki for Doki. Niji Sanji could suck it, and then they were mad because literally they were losing like. Those viewers, they didn't think they would actually get harmed by this. That's where they threw Doki under the bus. And then what happened? So many people started pulling out. So many people started saying, no, this is bullshit, and they started losing viewers. So what happened? Big Niji stands started coming out there and started attacking Doki. Because they hate the fact that she did this. I'm like, well, no. She didn't do shit. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, your company are just scumbags. The same way as this kind of company that tried throwing it under the rug for them. That's why I'm glad the fact that you have people with
that, but they try to run cover up for fucking Uki, who said extremely heinous things.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I can give high respect to these authors and illustrators who came out and said, "Nah, we're not playing this game. We're not doing this game." But yeah, I mean, just kind of like giving your final thoughts on it. What do you think? Like, what would you say exactly?
Well, it's good that they're all the manga publishers and authors are just like pulling the plug on it. you know, I wouldn't want to be associating a company that like literally tries to run cover for a fucking pedophile.
Not just a pedophile, a pedophile who basically understood what he claimed that he knew what he did was wrong, and then still accepted work under the guise of like, yes, but we're gonna hide who you are. I'm like, so you didn't learn shit from what happened to you, huh? You're just a scumbag outright. That's why I said never take someone's apology at complete face value, because literally someone could say they're sorry, but then immediately do the exact opposite thing. Like they didn't learn anything.
Yeah. Like they never learned their lesson. It's pretty much like how EDP like got caught the first time and got humiliated. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna do this again. I'm not gonna do this again. Well, guess what? 2 years fucking later, he gets caught again.
2 years later, try again like 3 months after that one. The dude got caught like 3 different times.
Yep. The first time he got caught, it wasn't much of a big deal for him, but the second time he did, okay, that was literally a big deal. And yet he gets caught after the second time, a few years later, he still hasn't learned his fucking lesson, dude. He still gets fucking caught. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him, dude?
A lot is wrong with him. He needs to be put in some sort of box. He needs to be put in box. He needs to be shit behind bars, and he needs to not come out of that. Because it is lucky the fact that he is so fucking blatantly retarded that he has never done harm.
Yeah.
Like the only actual God's like gift to us is the fact that EDP is just so unbelievably stupid that he keeps getting caught.
Exactly.
But I still say no. This is a continuous thing with him. Lock his ass up.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah. I guess closing thoughts, because that was like the last bit of news I had.
Yeah.
Anything?
No,
He could have gave those cupcakes to chubby chasers, but no.
Nice one. Nice one.
God damn it, Monkey! Why? Why you gotta do me like that? Chubby chaser. But yeah.
Gio's gonna snipe their asses, bro.
Oh my god.
Fucking love GDM, dude.
I've never actually watched GDM.
Yeah, I just love it. I just love watching a lot To Catch a Predator. Or
No, I'm not a big fan of that stuff, because like it's just one. I don't like seeing some of the worst dregs of society like try to actually do these things, because you don't know for a fact if like they have actually been successful in the past versus now. Oh, let's see. What you mean? Why I gotta do you like that? Now I know. Wait,
well,
what?
The thing is that I feel like it's like really important to like have those types of shows, because it's like an awareness to that
I would agree.
That
Continue.
That it's like an awareness, like that people need to acknowledge that disgusting people like the ones you see in To Catch a Predator exists, and people need to like literally be aware of it, because you know your child may be a falling victim to this, you know.
Oh, 100%. I think it is important to have those actual. I think it's important, one, to have the parents be the ones to always teach these kids these things. I think it's always important.
Also, like, and also have these important conversations to their children too.
Right, and I do think those shows are. But the problem is people like Chris Hansen, who are basically kind of also at the same time, while providing a kind of PSA slash like information on these things. Let's not kid ourselves. He's probably done more harm for the actual thing than good after the fact. Like, he didn't really always get police involved for a lot of his investigations and stuff. And that's kind of the issue with some of these other people who do the To Catch a Predator type of thing for YouTubers. They don't always get like the cops involved, which gives these people time to find a way to delete the shit and basically get away with it. That's my only real complaint, is the fact that these people
well, Chris Hansen, he's always with police, no matter what.
I was under the
Chris
impression
Hansen
that
always-
that's why his show got canceled because like he couldn't, like he didn't always do that. Like it didn't. Then the reason why he got canceled is because he literally went on. He like accidentally like gave the story away to like reporters or something. Like okay, 1 second. I need to make sure I'm getting this right. Why did catch a predator get can?
Yeah, it happened like not far from where I live actually.
Yeah, that's what happened. So he was confronting the person upon their arrival, and I think he did that like because he dropped the news to someone, right? Instantly, the cancellation
no,
show
like-
face
like-
major.
What happened was that he was supposed to meet up with the underage boy, and he never showed up, and then police just started showing up in his house because he did break the law.
Yeah.
Search warrant, I think.
And screw
Like,
you,
to be
monkey.
honest, I'm gonna be honest. I really wouldn't want to put the blame too much on Chris Hansen because I feel
No,
like,
okay, I won't put the blame primarily on Chris Hansen, but I will say Chris Hansen, after the fact, kind of became a shitlord. Like, look how bad he fucked up the Onision shit. Like, you know about the Onision drama, right?
yeah, but I don't know.
Dude, he had that shit dead to rights. He trusted some fucking retard he met over Reddit to handle extremely sensitive information to give to the FBI. And the dumbass decides, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to download, make copies of the actual, like, phone records and stuff that this girl's giving to us, privately, by the way, because she trusts us, and then send it to the FBI. And so when the FBI got it, they saw there was tampered with, so they couldn't use it.
Okay.
And then Chris Hansen's like, well, I didn't know he did that. I'm like, I heard that you told him that he could do that. You give him the sign off. You signed it off. I'm just saying, like, Chris Hansen maybe at one point in time was really trying to do good, but it feels like after the fact, he just tried to kind of like use whatever leverage he could to gain back into the notoriety of people's minds.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of big of him, I just really love Chris Hansen. I just really love Chris Hansen. It's just funny.
I will say I
just
do
love
like
watching-
I do like the Boondocks jokes. See, I call you Chris Hansen because I find you handsome. Did you ever watch the Boondocks?
Yeah, I did. I do remember that scene though.
Good series up until
Great.
season 3.
He was like, "You want to do this the easy way or the hard way?"
The choice is yours. But anyways, I think that's kind of it, guys. We don't have really anything else to talk about. There was a couple of ups and downs in this stream for specific news coverage, but I think we got a bulk of how we feel about all the subjects. But from there, I think we're gonna end it off. Just to give some extra information, I'm not sure for anyone who wasn't here for the beginning of the stream, but I did fix my OBS, so I can now start streaming my capture card again for my Xbox. So streams will be coming back for video games. So that's I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. If I can get the game, I'm debating if I want to get the game now or wait until after the actual models are made. But I will be trying to stream most likely Resident Evil Requiem soon. You're gay. Fuck you.
Is that your roommate?
Yeah, roommate. He's just standing there. Like a creeper.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, so streaming that.
Honestly, I can acknowledge Chris Hansen's some of his faults. To be honest.
Oh, that's respectable. Like as long as you acknowledge the fact that he's done wrong. But yeah. So, anyways,
But honestly, I feel like he has done a lot more correct compared to
it's hard for me to say.
the YouTube compared to YouTubers, catching YouTubers, because at least with Chris Hansen, he always gets police involved. He's always having police in his back. these pet catchers, they don't always have police. You know what I mean?
Well, didn't he only
They have
start
to
getting
call
the
it.
police involved until like after like season 1 or whatever?
No, he always
He always did? Okay,
always
I guess I
did.
must have misheard that. But anyways, guys, we're getting enough right there. Thank you so much for joining us for this week of Anime Mondays. Tune in next week. We'll have more stuff for you. And me and Bruno might actually start trying to do other things involving anime later on down the line too. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Bruno, do you have anything to say for our beautiful audience?
well, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, I guess.
Eat your vitamins? Oh my gosh. Our people watching us aren't old men. Like they don't gotta be like take care of their vitamins and shit.
No, it's
At least I don't think. Take your Viagra when you can. But as for me, as always, guys, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, I always want you guys to have a good morning, a great afternoon, a beautiful evening, and a blessed night. Stay safe, everyone. See you guys next time. Bye.
Toot, toot, toot.
What the fuck?